This is Josetta Naya, your life coach. Welcome to Dimension Coaching. I'm so excited to have this opportunity where I can just sit and talk with you and share with you the ideas that are in my heart and in my mind, because I believe that we all have an opportunity to grow in life. And today I want to talk to you about embracing the struggle. Yes, you heard the word right, struggle. No one wants to struggle. No one wants hardship in their life. But I don't know if you realize we can't avoid it. We have to embrace the struggle. The struggles that we face in life are needed for our growth. And we don't need to avoid them or fight them and be afraid of them. We have to go ahead and embrace the struggles of our life. I want you to look at this next slide. You see the yin and the yang here. Life is about the ups and the downs. And I love this picture that I picked here because it shows the dark and it shows the light and the yin and the yang. But if you notice, both sides have roots. You grow in darkness like you grow in light. Both things nourish us, and we need both situations in our lives to help us grow. So let's talk about that a little bit, the yin and the yang. I want you to think about a moment in your life where it was a really dark time in your life, a heavy time in your life, where you went through some what we call deep waters or a dark night of the soul, or what some of us could say, I was broken. Think about how that has perpetuated you or has set you on a course to better yourself, to strengthen yourself, to grow from it. Every pain and every struggle that we go through, if we embrace it, we can grow from it. If we shove it down and we hide this pain, what happens is it has roots. It starts to grow roots of bitterness, anxieties, and fear. And sometimes you don't even connect one to the other. You don't know why you're having panic attacks. You don't know why you're so unhappy. You don't know why all of a sudden you feel depressed. It's because you've taken that moment of your life that had a struggle and you buried it instead of embracing it. Today I want to tell you, embrace the darkness, embrace the light, embrace all of it so that you can grow and you can be healthy and you can be strong. You know, the yin and the yang is needed. It's like a dance that we must dance in life. The sun needs to rise like the sun needs to set. You need to work and be vibrant like you also need to turn off and go to sleep. We need these things in our life. But somehow when it comes to struggles, we think that shouldn't be happening to me. Or sometimes we say, why is that happening to me? Or worse yet, why did God do that to me? God did not do anything to you. It is called a cycle of life. Life happens. The good, the bad, the yin, the yang, it all happens. And if we don't have those moments where we feel broken, where we feel sad, where we go through a struggle, where we lose a job, where we lose a friend, where we lose a relationship, if we don't go through those moments, we never learn how to appreciate the good things in life. You know how you value something? When you can lose it. That's when you value it. You know how you value something? When you've lost it. One of the two, when you can lose it or when you lost it. There's a song, it says, I didn't miss her till she was gone. Well, that's life. You don't miss things until you struggle with not having them. I want you to look at the next slide here. It's very important that growth requires struggle. I want you to know growth requires struggles. Why? Challenges are an invitation to grow. And I want you to just look at that screen right now. Challenges in your life are an invitation to grow. Challenges are the universe or God's way of bringing you mastery. Let's talk about that a little bit. Challenges are an invitation to grow. When you're challenged, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, your higher self, is inviting you to grow. So next time you face hardship, or something is not going your way, you're being invited to grow. You are being challenged by the universe, by God. Something is challenging you and saying to you what you're doing, the path you're on is not the right one for now. This is not your season for this, and it's challenging you. So take that challenge and allow growth. Because if the challenge doesn't come, the growth is not going to come. A seed, when a seed goes into a ground, it dies. Did you know that? That seed, once it goes into the ground, it's dead. It dies. And then it's reborn. Unless a seed falls into the ground and dies, it cannot grow. So your challenge is your moment of dying, of probably having a death to a dream, having a death to a relationship, having a death to something that mattered to you. But it doesn't mean it's the end. It means it's the beginning of something new. So that challenge is going to invite you to grow. Now, a challenging situation is God's way, or the universe way, of bringing you to mastery. What do I mean by mastery? Mastery is doing that thing right and doing it with excellence. There's a saying, a jack of all trades and a masters of none. We have a lot of jacks of all trades, but very few people master things. You don't want to be a jack of all trades. You want to be masterful. You don't have to be masterful at everything, but you should be masterful at one thing, and it's at being you. Master being the best you can possibly be. That may mean going to therapy. That may mean changing your friends. That may mean getting into the right healthy relationship. That may mean a different job. It can have different meanings. It can even mean walking away from certain family members. You have to master you. Now, people use the word God and universe interchangeably. I do. For instance, when I'm happy and I'm in a good mood, it is the universe. When I'm in trouble, it is God. I need God. So, whichever one you cleave to, allow it to bring you to the place of mastery. Now, mastery requires a focus of you. And when you focus, things that call for your attention to pull you away, you can't fall and follow them. Because that's where you will begin to struggle. Your struggles come when you're doing something that it's not your time, or it's not for you, or it means that you got to grow out of it. So the challenging moments of our lives, they come to propel us. Don't be afraid of them. Let the seed fall into the ground. Let it die. Let the situation be. Sometimes you can't change things. You know, you can't unscramble an egg once it's scrambled. It's scrambled, it's scrambled. You're going to have scrambled eggs for breakfast if you scramble them. But that's not a bad thing. Add a little salt and pepper to your life and it'll change. We don't have to look at struggles as the end, or as this thing is going to break me. This thing is impossible. How am I going to get over this? That's not how you need to look at it. Embrace the struggle. Now you may say, Josette, you don't know what my struggle is. No, I don't need to know. All I need to know is that you can master whatever you're facing right now. You wouldn't be facing it unless you can master it, because you're never brought to a test unless the universe, God, knows that you're ready. Did you hear that? You're never brought to a test unless the universe, God, or your higher self knows that you're ready. So when the test presents itself and that challenge is in front of you, that means you're ready. Now you can shy away and step back and not rise to the challenge, and then have to go to the mountain all over again. You know, that challenge that you're afraid of embracing, that thing that you're afraid of doing, It's going to come right back around, wrapped up in a different little bowl with a different little color. It may change the name from Maria to Nancy or from Dave to John, but it's going to be the same package, basically, just wrapped up in a different skin. You're going to have to do the same thing again till you embrace the struggle. You have to embrace the struggle and face this challenging moment in your life and become a master of your emotions, become a master of your trade, but most of all, master your mind. You must master your mind. I want you to look at the next slide. Avoiding challenges means you're delaying your growth. When we face difficult times, we try to distract ourselves with alcohol, casual sex, video games. Yes, man, video games is your way of disconnecting to the world. Television, binge watching television, drugs, or excessive sleep. All of these things are distractors from keeping us to look at the things we need to look. Sometimes we dive into other people's problems not to deal with our own situations. So let's just look at that for a minute. I want you to just let that in. Every time something happens to you that you don't like, do you try to numb it with something? Do you find yourself going a little bit more to the bar or reaching to the back of the freezer where you've hidden the vodka bottle behind the ice trays and pulling it out? Or you get home and you don't want to talk to anybody and you sit there and you're watching video games or you're binge watching television because you need to disconnect. That type of disconnecting is not actually productive because there's no growth in that type of disconnecting. There's nothing wrong with going out and hanging out with friends and having a drink and having a good time. There's nothing wrong with watching a relaxing TV show. But when you use it to divert yourself from what you have to deal with, that's when it's a problem. So I want you to think, last time you were facing something, last time you were struggling with something, did you hook up with the wrong person? Did you drink a little too much? Did you watch mindless TV for hours? What did you do? And that which you did robbed you from your success. It robbed you from your time to grow. And you have to realize you can never get back the time that's been lost. Never get it back. Let that just simmer. Let that sit in you right now. That hour that you spend numbing yourself, it's never coming back. There's nothing you can do. So why not be awake, be alive, be feeling every moment we can possibly feel? Why numb it out? Why not embrace the struggle? Why not embrace this challenge? Why, that's too hard, Josette. I don't want to do that. Who wants to be in a struggle? Well, the struggle only lasts for a season. Everything lasts for a season. Nothing is forever. We have a saying in Spanish, no hay ningún mar que dure 100 años. Whatever the heck that means. That means nothing's going to last 100 years. Well, guess what? Nothing that's coming into your life is going to last 100 years. So it is okay to face it and not numb it. Stop numbing it. Deal with it. Let it flow through you. Sit down, meditate, relax yourself, and think about it. Take a couple minutes to digest what's going on and come up with a solution, come up with an idea to move your life forward. You know what? Struggles are beautiful. Struggles are beautiful. I want you to look at this next slide, and I just want you to take it in for a quick second. Look at that beautiful mountain. Just take in that scenery. Why is that mountain so beautiful? Just keep looking at it. Look at the mountain tops. There are so many mountains there. But you know what makes that mountain so majestic? It's not how high it has risen, it's how deep the valleys are. The valleys make the mountain look magnificent. So in order for you to take in the beauty and the majesty of that scenery, your eye has to be drawn up and it also has to be drawn down. You have to look at the valley, the green valley, the blue waters, and the slopes on the mountain, because the top of the mountain is only great because of the depth of the mountain. Think of your life that way. You can't always be on top. You have to be at the valley. There's beauty in the valley also. There's beauty in the low parts also. You can't just live your life saying, I am aiming for the top of the mountain. It is not about the top. It is about the journey. The valley is a journey. The climb up the mountain is a journey. The mountaintop is a journey. But you can't live in the mountaintop. You have to live in the in-between. And you have to live in the yin and the yang and the up and the down. You have to experience it all. You have to experience pain and happiness. You have to experience loss at a deep level. And you have to experience winning. All of it is part of growing. Have you ever thought of music? Isn't music awesome? But music is not awesome because of one awesome note. Just think of music for a minute. What makes music so fantastic? Music is so powerful because of the high and the low notes that it has. So if someone plays a high note and they just keep playing the high note and nothing but the high note, I want you to stop and think, how much fun is that going to be to listen to? To just hear beep, that's not high. And what is a melody? A melody is not just go, ah. Melody is ah, 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 ah. That's where it comes in. You need the highs and the lows. So like music that has highs and lows, think for a moment. If I had a guitar and I just strummed it and played one note, would that be magnificent to your ears? No. But when I strum many notes, then you realize. So now our next slide, I want you to enjoy this beautiful music from the Spanish Romantic Flamenco music and listen to 1 minute of the highs and the lows that are being played. Growth requires the ups and the downs. Did you listen to that music? Wasn't that beautiful, that Spanish music playing in the background? I love a great guitar. But what made it beautiful was the highs and the lows, the notes that went up and down. What made the mountain so majestic was the high and the low of it. What makes your life worth living is the highs and the lows, all of it. Now let's look at this final slide. Growth equals a full life. Growth, if you allow yourself to grow by embracing your struggle, you're going to have a full life. You cannot have a full life living on a mountaintop. You cannot have a full life living in a valley. You have to experience all of it. So growth, G, give of yourself. Give. Go ahead and give of yourself. Don't be stingy with yourself. Don't be stingy with your talents. Give of yourself. R, reach for more. There's always more. Go for more. And I don't mean that to be greedy or take from someone else. Go for more that belongs to you, never that belongs to someone else. O, open your heart and your mind. Be open to life. Be open to the changes that are coming. Be open to new people. Be open to new friends. Be open to learn. Just have an open heart and an open mind. W, wait. Wait for the right things to come. You have to wait in life. Not everything is going to come out all at once. Sometimes you want things to just move rapidly. No, wait. Wait. Good things come to those who wait. That is so true. Wait. And T, trust God, trust the universe to bring you what you need. What you need is going to come if you give yourself, if you give of yourself, if you reach for more, if you open your heart and mind, if you wait for the right things, and you trust God to bring you what you need, then hope will always bring you new and exciting things. And I want to leave you with that. Embrace your struggle. Accept the highs and the lows, because you, my friend, are a masterpiece. There's nothing wrong with you. I don't care what they've told you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect as you were created to be. Have a wonderful day. See you at the other side. Take care.